Dude, Week 18 of the 2024 NFL season.
Are you kidding me right now?
I know.
Best show ever.
Ever. Dude.
Buddy.
Oh, man.
What's up? What's up, brother?
Buddy. Oh, how is it 2025
It is.
already? How is it?
Where were you a quarter of a century ago?
Oh my gosh, dude! I mean, where does time go by?
Man,
I'm serious.
We are just.
Where does time go by?
Going fast forward. Fast forward.
This is 2025. It's week 18.
I swear we were just sitting down for week 1. I had like these first 2 weeks of the season, I was on fire, and I've been struggling to get my footing ever since then. And now we're week 18. It's 2025, my
It's
friend.
ridiculous.
Happy
it's
New Year.
ridiculous. Happy New Year
Happy
to
New
you,
Year.
buddy. And Happy New Year to everybody out there. Let me tell you, the season does go way,
It does. Guys,
way
it
too
does.
fast. But Happy New Year. Happy 2025, everybody.
Welcome to 2025.
Absolutely.
Last year, the New Year's show, we were pre-New Year's Eve.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, this New Year's
This
show.
is now the third. It's now January 3rd,
January
so we've already been through all this stuff that's going on with New Year's.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, this is my first introduction of Carl in 2025, right?
2025.
You got Doug, you got Fire and Brimm Sports, the Week 18 show, the last week of the regular season. I cannot believe this. It's ridiculous.
18 weeks in the books, and we are ready for the playoffs.
I tell you what, I am ready for the playoffs.
The standings pretty much are ready for the playoffs, too.
There's just a
Week
few
18
games on the
is kind
board.
of a waste.
There's a few meaningful games on the board. The rest of them are like picking preseason
It
games.
seems like there's a lot more player incentives out there than there are
Yeah,
player incentives.
Some of the player
right?
incentives.
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
We'll talk about some of those, but that seems to be more of the spice than actual, besides a couple of the premier games. Everything else is in the books.
So you're saying there are business decisions going on in football?
I would think so, yeah. Yeah. You've got some guys. Yeah.
Some guys.
You got what? Geno Smith is on the hook for like a $2 million bonus for he only needs like 186 yards passing, and then he gets like another $2 million if Seattle wins and gets to 10 wins.
Did you say like Mike Evans? What doesn't Mike Evans get?
Needs? Yeah, he only needs. He's got a $3 million bonus. He needs 5 catches for 85 yards.
$3 million.
You think he'll get 5 catches from Baker?
I think Baker will target him constantly all day long.
And then Tampa Bay needs to win, too. Tampa Bay needs to win to lock that spot. I mean, they're in the playoffs. But
what we're going to hear about Baker, we're going to find about all the audibles that he called.
Baker will be drawing plays up in the dirt. Right?
He will.
He'll just be
Mike, you just
Bernie
go here.
Kosar days.
That's right. Oh, man. That's awesome. Fun. But yeah, you know what? We hope everybody had a fun 2025, New Year's.
Yep,
so tell us what you did. If you had a party, if you were watching football.
There's been a lot of football on, hasn't there?
Tell you what.
Here we go.
Gotta admit.
Where was that against? Listen, where was that against? I don't know. I went hard on Ohio State back when they played Oregon the first time, and they let me down.
You did.
And then whatever against Michigan, you guys were ready to run the coach out the door, and now he's the greatest thing since.
I didn't say he's the greatest thing. I didn't say he's not off the hook for losing.
That was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That's been impressive 2 games. So, the playoffs in general though have been.
Forgettable.
Well,
really forgettable.
Well, if you think about that, though, we're trying to. We expanded right to the 12 teams, and my thoughts on it are, we expanded, and it feels like we're just trying to get that little guy the chance, right? Listen, the soft schedule means something. Indiana's soft schedule means something.
It does.
Boise State, that means something. And it goes back to I'm a big Bearcat fan, right? But that year they got into the 4 because they won the games in front of them. They still weren't ready for an Alabama of that season.
We should have a little talk. We've got next Thursday, we've got Notre Dame and Penn State, and then we've got Ohio State and Texas.
These should be good games. These should be good games. Now you've got the cream of the crop has risen, right? And you've got these 4 powerhouses.
We are where we are. That's right.
That should go.
All right, boy. I'm fired up.
I know.
I'm fired up.
I know. It's such a big week,
right.
too. So many exciting games. It's gracious.
That's right. Carl goes, not too much Buckeyes, not too much.
Oh, you talk as much as you want about them.
All right.
Yeah, they earned it. They earned it.
Okay, I tell you what, we have earned. Nice comeback. Nice 11-5
We tweaked a few things, so to wrap up the season on that.
Nice 11-5. Scotty. He was 8-8.
Hey, you know what? You know, he worked out here to get on the board.
That's right.
I'm proud of him, Scott. Nice job, Scott.
He acquitted himself well. Go 8-8. I was 8-8, but I tell you what, hit the Kool-Aid pick.
Guys,
hit that Kool-Aid pick. Let me tell you.
17 weeks, 13-4 on the. Get out.
I'm happy.
Get out of here.
I am happy about it.
Just get out of here, right? Anybody, say what you want. 13-4, the champ right here with the Kool-Aid pick. I love it.
It was on you. You challenged me at the beginning of the season. You said you have to get on top of the Kool-Aid pick. You have to be
pick, man. That's the only thing. This is why people turn on the show.
That's
for the
right.
Kool-Aid
It's a Kool-Aid pick.
Can't be 8-8.
13-4. Okay. Hey, I tell you what. Pinger, Mr. Genghis Khan himself, well, guess what? He just rises right back up to the top.
Pinger makes, why am I even here? Pinger just, let's go, man. That's because he doesn't want to be on the hot seat. That's why.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So he went at 12-4. You had Z-Pain, College Boy. A bunch of people actually went 12-4. Then we had the 11-5s, a bunch of 11-5s. You're in there, buddy. Knuckles Montgomery, our buddy Grant McLaren from Scotland. Mr. Assassin, all these folks.
Yep.
I mean, just
an
awesome time.
Big weeks.
We had a bunch of people at 10 wins as well. So, just a bunch more that, followers of the show, friends of the show. I mean, it's love seeing everybody. But then I go back to the overall records. There is Mr. Ping. Remember a couple weeks ago, he had like a 3-week lull.
Was that when he came on the show and tanked out?
He came on the show and tanked out,
because he had to lock in his picks, right?
Now he's throttled up and he is going right back up to the top.
So we talk all the time about, this is a serious handicapping show, okay? We talk about this all the time, but the one thing Pinger knew by waiting till the end of the week is he knows how to follow the money. and sports betting is not about this team is better than this team or this team is this many points better. That's not what picking against the spread is about. Picking against the spread is following the money and knowing that Vegas doesn't lose and picking your spots. And he has worked that to a T. He doesn't want to lock in on Tuesday.
No, he doesn't want to lock in on Tuesday. No, he
wants to lock in an hour before kickoff. He'll play his 1 o'clock games, make his adjustments before the 4 o'clock games. But he's smart, right? Yeah, if we could have a live feed on Pinger on Sundays,
we should follow him.
Then we would be a serious handicapping show.
We could make money on that one.
Then we would be a serious.
Pinger put a camera right over you.
Yeah, just making your live, your.
All right, 3-team parlay. You got close. You got real close.
I really didn't think Miami was going to put it on like that, but Cleveland's just terrible.
There's only one person that got the 3-team parlay, Mr. Assassin. He also went 11-5, and guess what?
You say that.
You're on the board, buddy.
Bring it to the board.
You're on the board. Assassin, I tell you what.
Guest picker.
That's right. You are on the hot seat.
It's the hot seat because guess what, Mr. said? You don't get to adjust your picks before game time now. You're locked in with the rest of us.
Congratulations to our Survivor folks. The last two folks went down.
They didn't get into the last
week.
They
didn't get to last week. They both picked the Colts last week, and they won out.
Man, I would have been feeling good about that pick, too.
But actually, you know what? I was thinking that they were going to make it to the week 18 as well. Congratulations, whoever in the heck you are. Let us know because awesome, you went 17 freaking weeks.
Yeah, next year. So heads up, next year if you're watching the show now, when we start the 2025 Survivor, which will be here in no time in a few short months.
Oh, don't say that.
We'll have the draft where we go live from Buffalo Wild Wings, and then we're through the summer, and boom, we're there. But what we'll do is we'll have everybody that wants to be recognized in the group. We'll have them. We'll get some identification of them before the season starts.
All right, let's talk about the playoffs. Playoffs are right around the corner next week, okay? The Chiefs Playoffs, that's right.
This has been kind of decided.
The Chiefs are in, locked in number 1. So you got Bills, Ravens, and Texans, they're in. Okay, the Bills and the Steelers could potentially change that. And then the final spot, Broncos, Dolphins, and Bengals. Broncos win, they're in.
So, are we, that adding that extra week, right? Well, the extra game.
Yeah.
And it's done. It's kind of what is this week?
Yeah.
A bunch of it's like a preseason.
It's like preseason. It's like preseason.
Yeah.
going to the NFC, nobody's
deal.
locked divisions yet because the Lions and Vikings are vying not for just the division, they're vying for the
number one overall
seed. That's
seed.
right.
And then the loser is going to be a 14-win, fifth seed wild card.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Can you believe that?
That's wild.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. 14-2, and we haven't been a believer in Sam Darnold and the Vikings all season? We didn't do a skull show?
No, we didn't.
If they're the number one seed, do we do a skull show for the playoffs?
We're going to hex them and jinx them and all that sort of stuff. The only real big thing besides where they finally finish is between Tampa Bay and the Atlanta if they win the NFC South. That's really the only big one other than just the final seeding.
Yeah.
So that's forgettable.
That's pretty good because I'm trying to think. I was going to say, are either one of them a threat to win the whole thing? And then I'm looking at him like, you know what? With Baker, like he could be a thorn in somebody's side if he wants to.
He could. Okay, this is our final. We'll call this the final top 5 because then it shakes out once we get to the playoffs. Okay. I've got the Chiefs. I put the Vikings up there. I'm just based on the way
you are
they're playing.
completely underrating the Eagles. They are just a complete powerhouse. I have tried to fight the Eagles all season.
Yeah, you have.
And they are so good, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, the offensive line just punishes. I mean, I can't with the Eagles. I can't. And I'm not hating on the Vikes here, but look out for Baltimore.
No. Yeah. I get you because I want to put Baltimore in there too, but you told me before I can't put.
You can't go 8 teams. Yeah,
that's right.
You can't go.
All right. Yep. So basically, we're going to figure out who's the contender and pretenders and all that because it's going to be all set, right? When we get it next week. Real quick, looking at the draft board, the Patriots moved up to number 1. The Raiders, who won another game, they're now at 8.
I can tell you, there's not one team that's going into this Sunday to lose. There's
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. You're right. You said it before.
Yeah.
When the Raiders 3 weeks ago, they were number 1.
Yeah.
Right. Win 2 games, okay, but if you ask those guys, they love winning those games. Yeah. They walked out and won the game. Yeah. That's right.
I think it was because you got to really crunch the numbers on it, but Campbell even said how many guys can you sit? Like 6?
Yeah.
Like you can only field. You can't just.
You can't set the whole damn team. Yeah. Okay, final one. Monday is my big day. You know how I love the coach's hot seat, right?
That coaching carousel. Boy, when you get on Doug's radar, you're in trouble. What are you doing with him?
I put a green dot. It got a green dot on it. He was there at the beginning of the season.
And he made it? He gets the green light?
He gets a green light.
He's the number 2 seed and he beat the Chiefs.
Right. He's a green light. Okay, that's what you get. If you do a good job, you resolve this, you get a green. Okay.
Wow, is he bad.
McCarthy's going, AP's going, Dable's going, Peterson's going.
He's in
Sirianni,
the clear.
I don't know.
You think they'd fire him with the season?
If the Bengals lose on Saturday night, Zach Taylor should be going. So I think there's going to be like 4 or 5 come Monday afternoon. There's going to be some openings.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt.
Wait a second, let's get to the board.
Let's go to the board. It's time.
Okay. Let's start with the brown bags, the week 17 brown bags.
Yeah. Because look, this is a serious handicap show. We're not trying to play around. I'm going with the Colts because you had playoffs in your sights, and you went into New York and you lost to the Giants. Yeah. I mean, a team that was battling for the number 1 seed. I just and that's back-to-back weeks that they fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
Fumbled the bag again for the goal line. That was a good one. Now I'm Canadian. All right, Colts. Brown bag.
Going with the Texans. You've been banging on the Texans basically.
I'm banging on Stroud. Yeah.
Okay, but they got blown. They got their doors blown off at home. Okay. Yeah. Just okay is not okay. Even though they're in the playoffs, they got you can't let that.
They rattled that much by. I mean, look, it's a big deal when a guy goes down, but they seem did the injury rattle in that much? The Dell injury?
It seemed to rattle C.J. Stroud a lot, but you got to get through that, man. You can't use it as an excuse. Okay, no excuses now.
We're going to this board. I just want everybody to understand. One, these lines are fluctuating like crazy. There are basically a couple of games that are going to have. And this one is the premier game of the week, Minnesota-Detroit, obviously.
By far.
But listen. This is what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Just because all these lines are moving up and down like roller coasters, moving all over the board. This one's already up to 20.
Yep, that's right.
This is what we're playing, but this is also a serious handicapping show.
Absolutely.
This game may mean nothing. Okay. The Texans and the Titans, like these games may mean nothing, but we got to pick winners.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're
going to do.
So let's deliver some
Let's do it.
And we're not going to do it by picking 17 favorites. All right, we're going to pick winners. All right? Okay.
The Browns, Bailey Zappi's the quarterback. Right?
Guys, welcome to week 18, of the NFL 2024 season. Doug's going to walk us through, and we're going to pick some winners.
All right, take on the Ravens. The Ravens
Zappy,
win.
you said?
Yeah, I thought it was Zappy. Yeah, Bailey Zappi. The Ravens, it's a meaningful game. If they win the game, they win the AFC North, right?
Doesn't matter if they win by a touchdown or they win by 20.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
All right.
17.5.
I'll take the Browns.
Mr. Assassin says the Browns. You know what? I'm going to follow suit. I'm going to go with the Browns. Yeah, I'm going to.
They're going to come.
They're going to win.
Play spoiler.
That's right.
They want to. So they're going to fight. They're going to fight.
Okay.
And the Ravens can get a lead and just crank it down. They could just get a lead and just grind it out. Right? Let's see.
Going to be an interesting game Saturday night. The Bengals have to keep up with both Miami and Denver.
Yeah, they need a Miami loss and a Denver loss, which
exactly.
But they need to win.
They need to win. Yeah. Okay. The Steelers, they'll know their fate. You know, if the Ravens win, this game is pretty much irrelevant for the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Mr. Assassin says go.
That's enough
Bengals.
For me to go with the Bengals.
And you know what? I'm going to go with the Bengals. And in fact, I'm just going to get this out of the way right away.
I love it. I hate it. I hate that pick. Why is that the Kool-Aid pick? Oh my! What are you doing? The worst pick I've ever seen.
That's right.
Come on with that. It's not the Kool-Aid pick. All these games, that's going to be the Kool-Aid pick.
Gosh. Because it's a meaningful game for the Bengals.
Oh gosh, darn it! Another loser.
That's what I want to hear. It's the Bengals, the Kool-Aid pick.
Buddy.
That's right.
Drink that Kool-Aid, buddy. All right.
I got out way early last week.
Yeah, you did.
And so just like get this thing out of the way,
14-4 would be an amazing. 13-5 is that's a great year. Great year. You can always going to take that away from you.
Okay.
Just like Michigan beat Ohio State. Nobody's going to take that away from them. You know.
You're
Let's go.
You got me all off kilter on that one. Okay, this is a meaningful game. The Bucks win. They win the NFC South. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a meaningful game. Taking on Spencer Rattler. You got the Bucks. Baker Mayfield is going to be throwing the ball to Mike Evans all day long. 13.5. That's a lot of points.
It is.
The Bucks. Mr. Assassin said the Bucks.
Said, we're coming to play football. We're not going to lay down for nobody.
And I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the Bucks.
Who dat?
Too, of course. Okay, but I went against the big spread on that one. So
no.
Okay.
I'm not. No, this line's already pushed higher than 13.5. I can see it happen. Yeah. I can see it happening. But I'm going to say the Saints are coming to play football. They're going to show up. These are professional athletes. We'll see.
It is. Okay. The Bears. End of the season. This is good for them. You know, they're going to get a new head coach and all that.
Green Bay's locked in as the 7, right?
The Packers, yeah. The Packers,
they could move up a spot.
I think they can move up a spot. Okay, Mr. Assassin says the Packers 9.5 is a lot, but they had a bad beat last week against the Vikings. I think they want to get that bad taste out of their mouth, especially if this is the last home game because they're going to be on the road the rest of the time. And so I'm going to go to the Packers because you're going to put on a show for the fans.
I love it.
Okay.
Carl's going with the Bears.
That's it. There you go. Going with the Bears. There it is. Okay. Washington taking on the Cowboys. Washington by 3.5. I mean, it's kind of a meaningless game for Washington.
Man,
but you don't want to lose. You don't like to lose, right? You don't want to lose. I mean, Mr. Assassin says go with Washington. I'm going to go with Washington just because
has to save something. Man.
Something.
They've got to do something.
No, I get you because I can see that happening. But at the same time, for Washington, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to have a losing as you're going to the playoffs.
I feel like that game coming out of a field goal at the end somehow.
Yeah,
it's bad. Like Dallas just got embarrassed. They're finishing up. I don't know if they'll go through the motions but like I'm going with Dallas.
Okay.
Give me the hook.
The Giants had a nice win last week.
We got Neighbors is another guy out there. He's going. So Neighbors needs 2 catches to set the wide receiver reception record.
Oh, really? For rookies?
For rookie wide receivers.
I did not know that.
Okay. For the overall rookie reception record, he's 4 behind Bowers right now.
Yeah.
So Bowers is ahead of him, but tight end.
Wow.
So
that's
2
awesome.
for he needs 2 catches for the wide receiver record.
So he's probably got some in the old contract there. You know, get some cheeseburgers or something like that. Okay. Taking out the Eagles. They're sending everybody. Hurts is out. Pickett is out. They're going to probably start Tanner McGee. Yeah. He's a rookie out of Stanford. There's no Saquon. But I think even the second stringers, can be.
Listen, I'm going with these. I'm going with these dogs and these points and these meaningless games that just don't mean anything.
I know.
You need that. Are they going to? They should plummet. They should pound them, right? They should bury them.
Yes, they should absolutely destroy them.
But
right.
I think the Giants. Okay. They're playing for show something.
Okay,
Bills. There's people playing for jobs right now, right? There's players that are playing for jobs.
Of course,
right?
they want for their next contract, right? Or the next team that they're going to be at. Yeah, they're not giving up. Okay, the Bills. I hear that you might get a series out of Josh Allen, and it goes to Mitch Trubisky. Taking out the Patriots. I mean, it's the Bills by 2.5. That means that it's all the second stringers.
That's another one that's moved too.
Mr. Assassin says the Bills. I'm
gonna stay with New England here. Sure.
I know. It's just it's tough.
Whew, here's a good game.
Okay,
you want to talk about it, or you just want to throw them up there?
The Jaguars going to have a new head coach. Taking on, it's not Richardson. Richardson is out.
Yeah. And Flacco's going to be in. Flacco versus Mac Jones. Yeah.
That's right. Flacco versus Mac Jones. Mr. Assassin says the Colts.
Yeah, 2 garbage teams. I'll take the points.
You're going to take the points?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to follow suit with you on that one. I'm going to follow suit with you on the points. I think Mac Jones could have a good game. I mean, for Mac Jones, right? Okay. Here's another meaningful game. The Panthers they didn't give up the season. But we had them dead and buried like 2 games in, right? Yeah. And they didn't give up, so I got to give them credit about that. Taking on the Falcons. Falcons have to win. The Falcons and the Bucs play at the exact same time, so these guys are going to play it right to the very end, right? So it's the Falcons.
Stay with these dogs, guys. Week 18, meaningless. Week 18 games, unpredictable. Give me the points all day.
Mr. Assassin is
saying. Give me the points all day.
I know. I'm going to go with the Falcons.
There's no reason to blow teams.
I know.
There's just no reason.
I know. It's just only because it's a playoff implication for them that they're going to play as hard as they possibly can.
Or tight and win.
Or tight. Well, it could be that too. Okay. The Texans. I mean, it's interesting to spread. Titans by 4.5.
I know.
They're going to play Will Levis and they're going to play Mason Rudolph. I mean, they said that they're going to play both of them, kind of dual quarterbacks there. Titans by 4.5. I mean, the Texans are the better team. On paper, they're the better team. Mr. Assassin has taken the Titans. I've got to go with the Texans, man. I got to go with the Texans. I'm actually taking a dog, and it feels weird that they're a dog. What say you?
It does. I'm going to stay getting those points.
Oh, that's right. I gotta get this up here too. That's right. There you go. You're gonna go with the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the points. You gotta. I mean, I'd be curious what the line is on this one right now.
Yeah.
All right, the Chiefs. It's gonna be Carson Wentz, and they're gonna sit everybody else, right? You gotta do that against the Broncos. The Broncos need this for the win, right? I mean, this is their division title.
Here's the thing with the Chiefs right now is
Mr. Sampson says the Chiefs.
You're telling me Andy Reid's kind of got that Dan Campbell in them where they're not just showing up. They're not showing up to
roll over.
Yeah,
they're not going to roll over.
Give me 8.5 points all day. They're going to make Denver earn it. And this is a division rivalry game. Like they're going to make Denver earn it.
Actually, you know what? Part of me says, I mean, inside like Andy Reid knows that if these guys lose, there's a chance that the Bengals could make it in.
I mean,
he doesn't want to play the Bengals. Nobody wants to play the Bengals.
They are not thinking that.
I know.
They are thinking about beating Denver. They don't want to play Denver in the playoffs.
No, they don't want to play anybody. They want to play the division. They want to skip everybody.
They don't want to play a team that they've already played twice.
Yeah.
Like they want to let's beat Denver and knock them out. That's their mentality. I'm telling you. I mean, I would be surprised. I will not be surprised if Kansas City wins that game.
Yeah. Okay. Tyler Huntley is playing for the Dolphins. They need the win.
Yeah.
They need the win against. You think this is Aaron Rodgers? It's definitely his last game as a Jet. Do you think it's his last game ever? Do you think this is Aaron Rodgers' last game? Do you think he's going to play next year?
He'll play again. Yeah, he absolutely will.
You know what? He's going to put a show on. He's going to want to do the best that he possibly can.
That might be a sloppy game, is what I think.
I think the weather could be a factor in that one too. I think there could be some weather situations in New York on that one. All right, the Chargers.
I'm going to tell you right though. You get Denver losing, and you get Miami losing, and the Bengals get in the playoffs. Do you want to play Joe Burrow?
No, I don't want to play Joe Burrow. The only good thing is that they have the crampiest defense.
That's why I think. I don't think Kansas City would lay down to keep the Bengals out, but. I wouldn't want to play the Bengals right now.
No. I want to fight Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's a gunfight, man. Yeah. You don't want to go to that gunfight. Okay, the Chargers, love with Jim Harbaugh. That's what a real head coach does.
He really did.
Jim Harbaugh.
Wow. Yep.
Okay, taking on the Raiders. Raiders on a 2-game heater. I mean, Mr. Assassin says go with the Chargers.
Give me the points.
I'm going to go with the Chargers just because they don't want to start the playoff run on a losing effort.
No, that's true.
That's the only reason why I'm going to go that. Okay, the Seahawks taking on the Rams. It's the Rams by a half point, or Seahawks by a half point. The Rams usually sit everybody. Yeah. They sit everybody. McVay does it typically.
I mean, they're in, but they don't have. Are their seeding locked in? They could still fall to the 4 seed.
I think that they can.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the tiebreaker. We should know that. And
the Rams have the division.
Yeah.
So they have a road game no matter what.
Yeah.
They don't have a home game. I'm talking about the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks only because the Rams are going to sit everybody. I mean, they're going to play like 8 people on the side, something like that. Okay. 49ers. Brock Purdy is out. I think it's going to be Josh Dobbs taking on the Cardinals. I mean, it's at home.
Look at that at home.
You know, I'm going to go with you guys. I'm going to go with both of you guys. You both said let's go with the Cardinals. It's at home. This takes us down to the
Premier game of the week.
Game of the week. Okay.
2 13-win teams. We are playing for the number 1 seed.
2 14-win teams. 14-win teams.
That's right. The loser.
That's right.
The loser is a 14-win. That's what I was getting at.
That's right.
The loser is a 14-win 5th seed wild card.
That's right. That's
the
right.
loser will be a 14-win 5th seed wild card.
That is wild.
That is wild.
That is
and Minnesota, you are not coming into Ford Field and beating Dan Campbell and that football team. They are prepared. They are ready. This line at 2.5 to 3. This is gravy train. The Lions are not limping into the playoffs. There is no way. That place is going to be rocking.
All right, Mr. Assassin.
There's no chance. Mr. Assassin just lost all credibility with me. I thought this guy knew what I was feeling pretty good about Mr. Assassin. There's no chance, Skull. Wait a minute.
Don't say that to Skull, man. We were losing viewers left and right.
The Lions are just good. They're ready. They've got so many things in the bag, so many weapons, so many just.
We can have a whole show just talking about
that game.
Okay,
yeah,
but
I love it.
I'm going to follow suit with you. I'm going to go with the Lions. I mean, but to both teams, you're 14-2.
Yeah,
I mean, it's Skull.
NFC North.
You know, Kevin O'Donnell should be in the Coach of the Year conversation. Because what he has done with Sam Darnold,
I think he is. I think if they win that game,
definitely be in that. You should definitely
win that game.
Showing them some love there.
Yeah, because all anybody's talked about all year long is the Lions. That's it.
Absolutely. Okay, the Carls Week 18 final regular season 3-team parlay.
It is the Lions.
Lions.
It is absolutely the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Got to go with some team, and then they had to give me the. It was not the Eagles. Where is my game at? The Seahawks. It was Geno Smith. He needs 10 wins for the money. He needs stats for the money. Geno's going to lead him over the Rams. That's
awesome, dude.
That's a winner.
That was the Week 18, the final regular season show.
It's a serious handicapping show.
Every single time.
Guys, thank you for watching. Let's send everybody off. We got to get out of here.
We got to do this.
You know what?
We're going to do this right now.
Yeah, because we got to go.
I will, you take that one. I'll take this one.
We're going to try and give a premonition of the possible collegiate national championship game here with our golden, whatever color you got. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all you fun folks out there. Thanks for joining us all season long. It's been an absolute delight.
Let's keep it going into the playoffs,
absolutely.
My friend. Let's do it.
And what do you say all the time?
Hey, guys, it is time. Get out of here. Happy New Year. Pick some winners.
You got it. We will see ya. Bye. I do like that.